morning, everyone, and welcome to our class assembly. To start with, I'd like you to listen to these sentences and think about what they all have in common.
May the force be with you.
My mom is a force to be reckoned with.
We have had 10 girl wins all over central Lusaka.
Our forces will be mobilized in the next 24 hours.
A new school rule about uniforms will come into force next term.
It wasn't my idea to let down the head teacher's class. My so-called friend forced me to do it.
That's right, they all contain the word force! As you can tell by the way the word was used, force has a lot to do with power and strength. And in the scientific world, this is the case.
So, what do you mean exactly when we're talking about forces in science? Well, a force is either a push or a pull.
Oi, get up! He pushes and pulls identical to an object, any object. In this case, it was me. Then the object changes in a particular way. And the change in me is that I'm angry with him.
But seriously, a push or a pull can speed up a slow-moving object, like this.
Move yourself, you lazy Torak. What is the matter with you? I said get a move on.
Or it can slow an object down like this.
Oh, please, don't go. Don't leave me. I promise I'll change.
If two forces push or pull against each other, like these two having a tug-of-war, and one force is bigger than the object, in this case the rope will move in the direction of the largest force. However, if two equal forces push or pull against each other, like these two pulling the rope, this is said to be a balanced force and the rope won't move.
Scientists measure these pushes and pulls using one of these, a Newton meter or a force meter. It is just a spring which resists, and this resistance is measured in newtons, which is read on the scale on the side. The more Newton read, the greater the force. And yes, Newton got the name from the man who first discovered gravity after an apple fell on his head, Sir Isaac Newton. Forces are just pushes or pulls, but each push or pull has its own specific name. Let's look at these different forces that we see the effects of in our daily life.
Must go down. Why? Because of a pulling force called gravity. The center of our Earth pulls everything towards it, whether it's in water, in the air, or on the ground.
It's impossible to beat gravity in the air unless you're a bird or in a machine that can create a stronger opposite force. Birds flap their wings against the air to create an upward force, while planes and helicopters use powerful engines to do the same thing and beat gravity.
It is easy to beat gravity in water because water provides an opposite force called upthrust. If you lie in a certain position in the water, the upthrust matches the gravity and you float.
Solid surfaces also give us upthrust, which works against gravity. The solid ground prevents us from being pulled to the center of the earth. This chair is sturdy enough to provide an upthrust that stops me being put to the floor. However, this cardboard box isn't. Gravity. It's a bit of a downer, but at least it keeps your feet on the ground.
Moving on, have you noticed how certain children will conveniently forget to put their indoor shoes on? This is because they can do this when they come into the home. But you can't blame them. Skidding is great fun.
However, the party goers in charge out of concern for health and safety insist we wear shoes like these with rubber soles.
Why?
Because they make use of another pulling force, friction. Friction occurs when two surfaces work together. Let's watch this in a slow motion demonstration.
The two surfaces rubbing together are Waluita socks and the shiny floor. Shiny surfaces and soft materials do not provide a lot of grip. Nico's pull is a strong force, which means Waluita slides along the floor. However, the force of friction is acting on the opposite direction of this pull and will eventually bring the skid to an end.
When I put my indoor shoes as went.
Oh, before we end this assembly, we would like to talk about magnetism. Magnetism is a force applied to a magnet when it attracts or repels to each other.
Oh wait, not only on each other but on magnetic objects too.
These magnetic objects are normally made of iron. A magnetic field is an area around a magnet that has a magnetic force.
All magnets have a magnetic field no matter how big or small they are.
Objects that are attracted to magnets are called magnetic objects. All objects are magnetic, but no magnetic objects are magnets. But aren't there some other objects that are magnetic too?
Thank you so much for listening to us and have a good weekend.
So there you have it. Forces are pushes or pulls to an object that can speed it up